So I received push rods today. I started putting them in. So I got two sets of push rods, and I think these are a little too short. There's one of the exhaust valves on these seem to be a little bit lower than the intakes. And in the exhaust, at least one or two of these on the one side I set up, it seemed to be a little loose. So this is about 15 thousandths longer than those are. So I think we're going to end up going with these. And I primed the engine and realized that there was no restriction to the heads here. So I was trying to find something that would fit in there as a restrictor, because this head has a thread insert in it, a screw-in type thread insert, and it was sticking up in the way of that. And basically what I had to do was, take some little chisels and just chip it out and keep collecting the pieces with my little pocket magnet here. So I think we're clean. We're in good shape. And I had turned some pins on the lathe that will fit down here, and they slide in so they can be removed later on. Just in case. I don't think we will remove them, but they're not an interference fit. So I'm gonna put this back together. This where the oil comes up around this head bolt, and I was trying to shove something up that side before I broke out that piece of the thread insert, but just couldn't find anything the right size to get in there. So so here we are, and I guess I'm going to put this together. So this shows how the thread insert is blocking part of that hole to slide the pin down, but we'll just have to chip out a little piece, and then it'll be okay. And then I spent a little time chipping out the piece and cleaning it up. Here's the pin, and it will just fit right in there, and that's going to block 99% of the flow coming up through that oil port, and we'll just rely on oil from the push rods. So I'm just cranking the oil pump with a speed handle, and we got oil out of all the rockers on both sides. And it's got a little bit of resistance even at that really slow RPM of turning it by hand. I'm turning it like this. And we got oil moving around. I'm going to say we're ready for valve covers here. All these nuts are torqued 40 foot-pounds. That's what the instructions call for. Well, one thing I just realized that is a little bit of backtracking here is a timing cover that I put on. I didn't realize it was a C3 timing cover. This one's a C8, and that's why I didn't have a place for that longer bolt earlier. And I have the pointer for this. Now I set it down somewhere. I don't know where it ended up, but so I'm gonna find another front seal, prep and paint this timing cover, and use it, and then save that for an earlier engine. Live and learn. So it's got Mercury pent roof valve covers because the engine's going into Mercury, and I don't think there's a better valve cover for a Mercury than the pent roof lightning bolt. Wonderful valve cover. It's coming along, but it's 1:30 in the morning. I was hoping to get paint on the whole engine tonight, but after dealing with the blocking off that oil feed, I'm not going to make it that far. And then before I can paint it further, I have to change the timing cover. So that's going to take a little time. It's nice, clean, and neat right now. I mean, it should go back on without much trouble. But, you know, having the oil pan off makes that a little easier. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Have a good night. Getting ready to change out the timing cover for the one with the longer bolt, because it is a C8 AE cover, and this one's a C3 AE cover. So just use the harmonic balancer puller to pull the harmonic balancer, just like it just like it claims to do. And so the I couldn't get it to pull out by hand, the spacer here, so I've got my universal transmission pump puller, which also works on this, and as you can see, it's pulling out the spacer. Yeah, it'll probably pull off by hand now. But that's that. I'm going to get the timing cover, the correct timing cover put on, and we're going to do a little more to the engine and then wipe it down and put some paint on it. Okay, I got everything bolted on that I want to paint. Everything has been cleaned up, as you can see by all the paper towels on the floor. It's been wiped down, and so some of these bare metal spots I'm going to hit with self-etch prime, and then some regular primer, because the instructions say you can't put paint right on top of self-etch primer. It needs to have some type of sealer go on. So that's what I'll do, is prime and paint. And then the other stuff that's blue, that's already got a coat of paint, that'll be getting hit again when I start painting the blue on this. So coming along. I can't take as much video as I want, and some of the stuff is just kind of mundane, bolting things together. So we'll see. I'll be painting this shortly.